Hi, and welcome to a Life Soul podcast, where we explore personal growth, high performance, and intentional living. I am Wasim Balani, and I believe life isn't just about getting through the day, it's about becoming fully alive in everything we do. Through my journey, whether in medicine as a heart rhythm cardiologist, cycling and running, or personal development, I have learned that success isn't just about reaching goals, but about who we become along the way. This podcast is here to inspire and challenge you to push your limits, cultivate discipline, and live with purpose. Join me each week as we dive into ideas, reflections, and practical strategies to help you grow into your best self. So let's get started. Hello everyone. Welcome back to a Life Soul podcast, and thank you for being here with me today. Right now, I'm recording this while still on vacation with family. And honestly, I wasn't sure if I can record this episode this week. I told myself, this is a time to unplug, to just be present with family. But something happened recently, something that shifted my mindset, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I felt like maybe someone out there needed to hear this right now, not later. So here I am, mic in hand, sitting with my kids nearby. If you hear them in the background, just know I did not step away from them to record this. I'm just keeping them close, and that feels important. Because today's message is about slowing down and listening when life tells you to pause. And about how the moments that seem like disruptions might actually be exactly what we need. This is a story about what happens when life takes you on a detour, and how sometimes that detour brings you back to what matters the most. Let me take you back to just a few days before our trip. I was deep into my marathon training. 4 solid weeks, 5 days of running each week, no skips, no compromises. I was proud of myself, focused, disciplined. But in the middle of this, we had plans for summer vacation with family out of the country. And even as vacation approached, I was mapping out running routes in the new city we'd visit, trying to figure out how to balance family time with getting those miles in. I didn't want to lose momentum. You know how it is, when you've built a rhythm, it's hard to let go of it, even temporarily. But I think under the surface, I was tired. My schedule was packed. I wasn't doing strength training. I was pushing through some minor tightness, nothing big but enough to notice. Still, I told myself, keep going, stay on track. Then it happened. A dull pain started showing up during my runs. At first, I tried to stretch through it, run slower, change my form, but then it got worse, and it started getting sharper. And deep down I knew this wasn't soreness. This wasn't just fatigue. This was my body asking me to stop. And this time, I couldn't just push through. I could barely walk due to pain. And I felt like maybe my running days has come to an end. And I won't lie to you, I was really frustrated. I felt like I had to stop running, and I was losing everything I had built. 4 weeks of consistency just interrupted. I started thinking, what if this throws me off completely? What if I cannot catch up? What if this ruins my chance to run the marathon the way I hoped? It felt like a loss, like I was falling behind, like the progress I worked so hard for had slipped through my fingers. But then something shifted in my mind. What if this is a sign that I need to slow down? What if this is a sign that I need to spend more time with family? So we arrived on vacation, and instead of planning early runs or tracking mileage, I found myself doing something else. Watching my kids laugh, seeing the smile on their face when they wake up and see me next to them. Sitting at breakfast without checking the time. Swimming with them in the pool without the pressure of thinking about my next run. Playing silly games and letting go of the schedule. And that's when something shifted in me. I realized This injury wasn't just an obstacle, it was an invitation. An invitation to slow down, to be present, to stop measuring my worth to my productivity or my pace. And honestly, that realization hit me hard, because I would have never chosen to pause. But sometimes, life makes that decision for you, not to derail you, but to bring you back to what matters. I had to let go of the pressure to keep pushing, not because I was giving up, but because I was choosing to show up in a different way. Yes, I still believe in discipline. I still believe in goals and consistency. But this week, I'm learning that sometimes the hardest thing you can do is to pause. I chose to lean into the moment, to be fully there with family, not halfway, not distracted, just there, walking slowly, sitting longer, laughing louder. And something amazing happened. I didn't feel like I was falling behind anymore. I felt free. I felt grounded. I felt like I was finally where I was supposed to be. And as a person of faith, I believe that nothing happens by accident. Sometimes we get a gentle nudge, other times we get firm stops. And this was a stop. A reminder that my worth isn't in how much miles I ran or how well I stick to the plan. It's in how present I am, how loving I am, how tuned in I am to the people right in front of me. Maybe this wasn't a disruption. Maybe it was a divine timing. Maybe it was exactly what my body and soul needed before I even realized it. It reminded me of a verse from the Quran. It's maybe you dislike a thing and it's good for you. That verse keeps humbling me because we often think we know what's best, but there's a bigger wisdom at play, and sometimes a detour is the real path. So let me ask you, is there something you're holding onto tightly? A pace you're afraid to slow down from? A routine that defines your worth more than it should? Maybe you're not training for a marathon, but maybe you're chasing something. And maybe life is nudging you to pause, to look up, to notice what's right in front of you. If that's you, I want to tell you, it's okay to slow down. You're not falling behind. You're being redirected, not away from success, but towards something deeper, toward presence, toward joy, towards connection. This vacation didn't go exactly the way I planned, but maybe it's going exactly the way it was meant to be. I still want to run that marathon. I haven't given up. But I've been reminded that life isn't just about the finish lines. It's about the people we walk with along the way. It's about making memories that last far longer than medals. So if life takes you on a detour, embrace it. Let it recenter you, because sometimes the pause is the real progress. That's it for this episode, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. Every habit you build, every effort you make, it all adds up. So keep showing up, because the small steps you take today are shaping the person you become tomorrow. And if you like this episode, please share it with people around you, because we all grow better when we do it together.